A very good morning and a warm welcome to one and all present over here, teachers. Thank you so much for joining on another Super Sunday workshop. We are touching the 132nd, 132 workshops, and this time we're going to touch upon an important topic, quite relatable to all of us: staff room culture. We have touched upon staff room culture multiple times. This is going to be more like a revisit for the people who have been regularly attending, but for the people who are joining for the first time or joined for the last, I think, 10, 15 Sundays, this is going to be quite enriching. Staff room culture is more of an emotion rather than a culture in itself. It's like that's where we get formulated. It's believed that most of a teacher's experience, I'll repeat it, most of a teacher's experience gets nurtured in their workplace and not really by the bookish knowledge. You could be a good maths teacher or a social science teacher, but only when you come to the staff room and the school, you know what teaching means actually. So teaching is a soft skill that we're talking about over here. Knowledge anybody can have. Many people say no audio. Please check your audio. I hope I'm audible and visible. Yeah, an important topic. So make sure that you're clearly there. Anyways, let's quickly begin with the session today, teachers. It's going to quite be an interesting journey. Around 45 minutes, and we'll talk about some theories and cultures. And then let's have an interacting session over here because it's going to be your area. You know everything about this particular topic. It's going to be more like a relatability factor today. It's going to be more like yeah, I know. I can relate to that. And this is not so common these days. From that perspective. Let's quickly begin, and I would like to share my screen. I would like to actually thank all the teachers who've been consistently joining for Super Sunday workshop for the last 100 plus Sundays. When we took the records, we found that nearly 500 to 600 people in this set of audience who have completed their reflection form in the last Super Sunday workshop. More than 500 of them have attended more than 50 Super Sunday workshops. More than 50 Super Sunday workshop accounts to 1 year of consistency, 1 year of regularly joining every Sunday. So that's a great initiative. That's a great, I would say, efforts out there from the organization culture of Super Teacher. We believe in incentivization of the process, and the efforts are not really the outcome. So in this particular process, I would like to thank all those sincere people who have been regularly joining, and I'm sure like many of them have recently started joining and thinking about like let me have my consistency as well. Super Sunday is just one element. It could be many others. There are many other platforms on which upgradations and updates are happening. Choose one of them so that you can be passive listeners. That will help you on your confidence on a long run. Sharing the screen, here we go. So, Staff Room Culture Super Sunday Workshop Series, session 132. The first thing before we even start, I would like to mention this important point. A staff room is the heart of a school. When it beats with respect, collaboration, and positivity, the entire school thrives. Which is the most important room or a cabinet in a particular school? Is it the principal's room? No. Is it the office? No. Is it the student's classroom? Not at all. It seems that it's actually the staff room. In fact, there are many professors who have been telling about this one very interesting information that talking to the students uh, definitely supports the development of a particular nation. Yeah, but talking to the teachers guarantees that. So it's really important to know that teacher training and talking to teachers is the most essential and the crucial part of a nation's development. See how powerful that statement is. Let's go forward and understand this. I would like to show this. Actually, last time also we did this. Uh, Before that, clear this. Great. So, what are some common things in an Indian staff room? I'm going to be specific about the Indian staff room. If you feel that this is there already in your school, then say yes, it's there. Yeah. And if it's not there, say no. I'm going to talk about an Indian staff room. So, think about it. The first one, a b-roll. We can't call it as a cupboard. A b-roll. I mean, do you have this in your schools? The same metallic ones, the Godrej lock. If you have, then that's great. I'm not sure how many of you all have food. We'll talk about that. Not many people have this. Actually, the modern private schools have got sophisticated to a very large extent. You know, yeah, it is this particular device that you're looking at. It's definitely stronger than an ATM machine. Do you know that? Okay, let's go forward. How many of you have a pantry? I didn't really have that vintage pantry picture. In a hurry, I just put that. Back in those days, I'm not sure. We didn't have microwave oven and all. Yeah, but we did have glasses. We did have ever silver tumblers. I should not say glasses, and then ever silver plates and things like that. And people used to come and have food. Yeah, so this is another pantry area. Not many schools actually have that. But next, go to the next one. Bundles of paper. Have you ever seen bundles of papers? Oh, you carry enough to fill a pantry. Okay, that's interesting. Bundles of papers is like the most common sight. In fact, there are many times I've seen teachers searching for their bundles, and on their table, it'll be your friend's bundles basically. In fact, there'll be a very well organized teacher in a particular school who will have all of these things sorted on the table, and all the other teachers use that table to keep their things organized. Bundles of paper. Sometimes they go to the home as well. It's common. Let's go to the next one. These are little modern cupboards where you can just keep your, so-called diamonds and pearls and golds and everything and stuff it and close it. I remember, basically these diamonds that I'm talking about is probably your lesson plans, your notebooks, probably the most important. I remember, I'm not sure if you're able to relate to this. There was a teacher in my school. I used to love her a lot, but I'm not going to name her. She used to be so afraid of her chalk pieces. She'll get a box and she will hide it in her own cabin. I hope you're able to relate to. She's like, every time I buy, somebody they takes it. I don't want to do that. I'm going to keep it for myself. Are you possessive about your chalk pieces? I'm not sure. If you are, and if that teacher is listening to the session, thank you so much for doing that. So that maybe you did that on that day so that I can speak about it today. Something like that. So chalk pieces are very possessive. Children these days, the people who became teachers probably after 2020, you'll not relate to this. But yeah, this is quite an important aspect. How many of you have, red pen is another important area. How many of you have seen these colored chalks? It used to be a luxury. Not many people used to use it. Only the white chalks. You actually do that, right? Uh-huh. Sabrina ma'am. Red pens are very common. Sometimes. Okay, that's great. This is another interesting thing. Can you see this? Actually, this is not a duster. It's a cloth. Many times, most of your handkerchiefs become, the duster for the board. Why? Because the duster is taken by the nearby classroom and you don't have time to bring it back. Something like that. I do not know why dusters always get lost and people end up using a cloth. Okay, that's there. That's there. Okay, you also use long rulers used in registers. Oh, yes, exactly. Long rulers. Sometimes. The people who remember this particular thing, I'm pretty sure your childhood was awesome. What is it called as at the last? Can you name that? Exactly, carbon paper, carbon copy, carbon paper. This used to be there between notebooks and you write it on the top. Yeah, I do not know if you use it these days. It's not required, but definitely paper is an emotional memory. And then you have got the punching machines and all. I'm not sure. I didn't take that picture, but yeah, this is another important thing. It's a register and where you have to go and mark P. Maybe it's there in the principal's room or it's there in the entrance of the school and then right outside the classroom or no, staff room. And then, you know, you mark P over there. Now you've got biometric machines. You're right, ma'am. Nayantara, ma'am. You just go look at it and the machine recognize you. You're happy about it. So now the struggle is that machine not recognizing your face. But back in those days, the struggle was the pen will not write. Uh, the pen has to be written a little bit and then only it will write P. And you'll be like, early in the morning, pen is not working. The day is going to be awesome. Yeah, exactly. You're using digital flat panel. Oh, you have both. Okay, Sridevi, ma'am, that's interesting. I think this is little too much. I'm not sure how many of you have got this. My schools definitely did not have an electrical, bell. It used to be, this drum. No, not even drum. A plate. Take one plate from the canteen, just hang it over there, and that's going to be the period bell. And that used to be quite awesome in time. Yeah, somebody has to keep a track of it. Machine often technical we look completely different. Oh yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Anyways, let's get on to the session. Let's get forward, ma'am. Let's understand what we are actually getting into. So the first thing is, exactly. How many of you remember this? Actually, there used to be a war on this. Yeah. Can you spot the difference between these two? If you're able to spot the difference between these two and you fought for it, then their child was awesome again. Exactly. I remember in some of the schools where I've been in the past, when we get inside the staff room, it's just called as a staff room. But the principal says that that's another classroom. It's just that the children over here cannot be categorized in one particular grade. They're definitely less than grade 5 and they behave like that inside this room. It's so-called staff room, but it's another classroom. Yeah, Veena Rani ma'am. Anyways, so here's basically one of the times when ma'am came inside. I was also there along with her. Was learning something related to leadership and literally two teachers were fighting for the chairs. and they were like, handle wala mera hai, something like that. Anyways, let's go forward. Let's go forward. These are some beautiful memories that I have with the staff room. So basically, staff room is a place of or to relax during those rare one or two free periods. Rare one or two free periods. Absolutely right. And there also now you get the substitution. Go back to your small one chair home during those 7 to 8 hours of work. Yeah, it's definitely a home. Yeah, rare is the word. Yes, you're right. And prepare for the next period. I'm not sure. Prepare for the next period. Many people literally sleep over there. And you're exhausted, talking continuously for 40 minutes. It's better you sleep for some time. Celebrate colleague's birthday or retirement. And recently, definitely everybody would have undergone this, a birthday party or a retirement. Staff room is an emotion. That's the reason. In fact, gossip about the latest meeting or an announcement made by the principal or a political issue. This also is a very common thing. Whatever the principal says, we have to come back and gossip about her. What is this? She'll come, simply say something, and we have to follow that. You have to say that. Otherwise, you can't sleep in the night. Gossip is the most essential part of a staff room culture. Yeah, that leads to the next level. We'll talk about the politics part later. But the point is, this gossip makes it what interesting. Let's come to that, Deepa ma'am. Let's come to that. Next is a quick nap. Yeah, almost everybody takes it up. Correct the answer sheets. Absolutely. Losing your red pen and then suspecting your colleague friend taking it away. So this was always the case. There will be one person in the staff room who will always take your pen and never return back. In fact, whenever that fellow comes, you'll take all the pens and keep it inside your bag, knowing that he'll not return back. The principal told, no, staff room is another, children's place. No doubt about that. So whatever I'm writing is not ChatGPT generated teachers. All these, yeah, there are a lot of ChatGPT generated, but whatever I'm writing is a pure experience of me being part of the classroom during initial days of my life. So my parents are teachers, and I had to right after the school be part of either my father's staff room or my mother's staff room one day. So they both were there in different schools, and these are all incidents, a tribute to that incidents probably. Yeah, and my father was not the one who was protecting the ribbon. He used to steal it from the teachers. Anyways, finish your breakfast or lunch during the free periods itself. Many people do that, so that there is less chaos in the restrooms or washrooms and there is less chaos with the students. So let us be free during the break and finish off our tiffins during the periods. Or maybe because you're hungry, something like that. Potluck is another, like very rarely these were formed during those days, but I think later on it became quite familiar. Back in those days, it was more of informal potluck. It was not just announced, but it's like if Sushmita madam brings a paratha, it's like it's going to be the most delicious. And the moment she opens a different, all the teacher, ma'am, apne paratha laya? Then you just go and eat it. And there'll be one person who'll always eat it but never share it. Again, children of less than grade 5. Yeah, yeah, there is a rule right now that you have to go and eat only with your children. I hate that rule somehow from the charming effects of staff room, but somewhere from students' benefit perspective, it's kind of important, it seems. Let's go forward. There are a lot more. There are a lot more. So what we are actually finally getting into is staff room culture is not a practice of rules and regulations. It's something that gets formed over the period of time with people interacting with each other. Sometimes with the same subject teachers, sometimes another subject teachers, and there's an argument in between. These incidents in staff room actually forms something beautiful called as job satisfaction. So staff room culture, the main area of discussion today is something to touch upon the current education system and why do we have the necessity to change it. So let's talk about it in a detailed manner. And for that, let's understand this staff room is a place of teachers' emotion. So different types of staff room. This is very important. One big common room with all the teachers sitting across a big table. This is one of the greatest formations, and it's been a tradition for a very long time. You have only one room, and everybody sits over there. There's a pantry attached, washroom attached, and everything is over there. A traditional setup. But these days, there are some different methodology. One is no rooms at all. All the teachers sitting in the corridors right outside the classroom. I think this is one way of increasing the classroom space, but another way of making sure that the teachers are there in the corridors and the students behave properly. So it's up to a teacher's call on how it is supposed to be there. But this is another methodology. Individual rooms for respective subject departments. Have you come across this? Every maths teacher, they sit in the maths lab. Science teacher, they sit in the science lab. The sports teachers probably only in the PT room and probably the music room and things like that. So this is another method of having respective department rooms. In fact, there are some schools where this department is converted to floors. All the teachers who are there in the first floor will be taking care of the first floor classes. That requires extreme planning, and if somebody's done that, great efforts and great appreciation and recognitions for those principles. And next is staff rooms based on the primary or the secondary school. All the primary teachers come and sit one side, all the secondary teachers on another side, something like that. Next is staff rooms based on seniority. Do you have this? Very rarely this is present in very few specific schools where a teacher who is more than 20 years experienced, more than 15 years experience, 10 years, some sort of category over there, and they have got separate classrooms out there. Oh, sorry, staff rooms out there. Oh, you also have that, Sulaja ma'am? Oh, you have your own department. Okay. Staff rooms based on leadership roles. This is a point of discussion. Staff room may the people like coordinators, they'll be there in one room. Headmistress and headmasters, they'll be there in one room. Vice principal and principal obviously separate cam in most of the times and things like that. But leadership roles, yeah, it is generally not recommended, it seems. We'll talk about it a little later in another session, but right now. Staff rooms based on gender, many people expect this actually. So basically, male staff room and female staff room. Yeah. That's it. This is yeah, you could also have the third gender staff room, but the point is many schools have it in Western countries, the third gender staff room and male and female. In India, very few schools, especially the private schools might have it. Government schools, very, very rare as far as my little experience is concerned. I'm not sure, I might be wrong. Something else? Do you have any other combination apart from this? It actually depends on our classes where we are allotted a space. Exactly. No staff room for computer faculty. Their lab becomes a staff room. Kalpana ma'am. Are you regretting about that fact or you're happy about it? Come on, you get to sit in the AC if the computer lab, but not the staff rooms have ACs, right? Not all of them. No gender bias. Okay, Praveen sir, you must be the only male staff, and you're there in the staff room, so probably that makes sense. But yeah, it's not about gender bias. You're right, actually, but it's more of convenience, comfort. For example, I'll tell you, having a separate space allows the teachers to adjust their dress, probably, go and clean themselves a little bit. Chalk dust will be there. It has got more to do with the privacy than the bias. Here the intention, whatever we are speaking in this particular slide, is not from positive negative aspect. It's from the perspective of only the positive aspect. So yeah, science teachers are on the they're also. Camera in the staff room is ethical or not, we'll talk about it a little later, but there are certain needs for the camera to be present in the class. So staff room could be spacious, unlimited supply of refreshments, tea, coffee, some snacks, energy bars, this could be there. It should be with the newspapers, with some indoor games like carom board, chess, ludo, snake and ladders. Dart board I've seen in these staff rooms. You know what is a dart board? You've got that magnet and you have to throw it and there's a bullseye over there, it has to go and get stuck. Have you done that? It's a very interesting game. Basket and the ball. So it's a basket that can be stuck on the window or on the walls, and you can throw it. So that's a good thing, and it could be there. Having the PT room close by could actually work. Yeah, you know that. Plenty of novels and reference books, and basically this could be there in the library, which is close by. Computers with internet access has become mandatory in all the staff rooms. Rather than teachers going to the computer lab, if it is near, that's great. If it's not, having it in the system or in the class staff room, it is definitely an advantage. Computers with internet access, and right after this, a place to place the views, maybe a white or a blackboard, sticky notes where you can write about what happened and things like that. So this is another infrastructure that could be there. A place without CCTV cameras, that's my personal opinion with respect to, staff room. However, a lot of incidents in India has proven the fact that having a CCTV is an advantage. Having a CCTV gives a lot of information in the future if there is any issue down the line. A lot of news you would have seen, not only in the classroom. If you're okay for classroom to have the CCTVs, why not the staff rooms? It's that's the question. It's not to check if a teacher is studying or if the teacher is whiling away the time. It could also be you just need not be conscious about taking those extra naps. So somewhere having a CCTV in the staff room is also a function of your relationship with the management and the leadership team. So it need not be from insecurity perspectives. It could be from, some certain incidents could be stopped. So various reviews, various people talk about not having CCTV cameras in the staff room. Somewhere I believe having that is an interesting thing. So it's just a personal opinion. Don't take this point at all. Of course, everybody will have their own circumstances and scenario. But yeah, it's up to you to decide if it should be there or not. Let's go forward. Now, coming to the important problem of staff room culture, one of the one of the parasite, I would say, or a plague that I would say, is the staff room politics. There are multiple categories of stuff from politics that happens in a school, which actually hampers a school's development and emotional relationship of the teachers. Now, before we actually get into stuff from politics, politics is actually not bad, to be on a larger perspective, on an overarching scale. So it's important for the people to talk. In fact, there's also a saying where if something wrong is happening to a fellow colleague, and most of you, I'll repeat it, 90% of the people in the staff room believe that whatever is happening to that particular teacher is wrong, people should raise their voices. They should get up and talk to the principal, and the principal probably should support the teachers and talk to the management if required. So that's why they say that the injustice does not start in the court of law. It starts within yourself when you keep quiet if something wrong is happening in front of you. And being a teacher, especially the social and English teachers, you've been studying about it, reading about it a lot. Of course, personal opinions, perspectives has its own repercussions. I mean, you will have your own idea of a particular problem, but talking it out, raising it out is the first step towards getting clarity. So if at all something is happening and if the other teacher is insecure about, if I talk for her, my job will go, that means you're wrong. Somewhere you're lacking the confidence to speak. So this is the root cause of staff from politics. Somewhere, you're left out and things like that. Now, importantly, there are a lot of times where the leaders will come up with an initiative and the teachers will have a far-sightedness of those rules and regulations. It's important for the teachers to know that if the principal has decided on certain things, there's something called as uh, Thomas Kilman method of conflict resolution. Last time we were talking about it, right? If you want, you can go back and check. There are a lot of times the principals might come up with an initiative, or the leaders, and they will impose on the teachers. You might think that it's wrong, but if the principal is saying, I would request all the teachers out there to strongly take it up and do it for a certain time. See the outcomes, and then you'll be surprised that principal was actually right. A lot of times it's a matter of common sense that if you do this, it doesn't really work. Raise your voice to the principal, say that, ma'am, maybe this is wrong, let's work it out. But end of the day, it's all a matter of communication and not a matter of cribbing about it. I'll repeat it. It's a matter of communication, discussion, probably Socratic kind of questioning, but not a matter of argument or cribbing about it. Let's go forward and understand this in a detailed manner. For that, see this effects of politics in a school setup. So here it we go. Decreased moral. The first thing is the moment you get into a politics or you're a victim of it, your moral gets decreased, more motivation to work. Second aspect is talent loss. Yeah, many people who are very confident that I'll definitely get a good job in another school, they just leave. Compromised decision making. Now the decision making of a teacher will not depend on the real outcome. It'll be more on how to navigate into the system. I'll repeat it. The decision making will not be for the benefit of the school, but for the benefit of their own self. A very critical and another parasite. Reduced collaboration. The motivation will not be there for the teachers to talk to the people. Confusion among the staff at regular times. This is another important area. And in fact, there are times when the teachers may not even raise their concerns and voice to the principals. They know that even if I say or speak it out, uh, you know, speak it a lot, they're not going to listen, so why to even speak about it? So yeah. Next is increased stress, burnout, loss of innovation and creativity, decreased admissions over the period of time, and finally impact on school culture. I think there's one more: impaired communication. So basically leading to increased politics. So a little bit of politics leading to all these things will lead to increased politics and increased politics and increased politics. So it's very important. This particular slide is more than a necessity for the teacher. So what exactly could be done? What exactly could be done? Let's understand. Why does this discomfort happen? One of the main issues is appreciation. If a teacher is not getting the due recognition and appreciation, automatically they're motivated to complain about it. It's in fact, you might all understand with this one fact. Every human being is aspiring to have only two things. One is recognition and appreciation. Think about it. Think about it. I want to be noticed. If I'm doing something today and I've done really good work, I might appreciate myself, but an external factor will also help me motivate myself. So maybe it doesn't guarantee continued excellence in work, but it definitely guarantees satisfaction and happiness at that particular moment. So appreciation plays an important role. Another important problem that we face is ego and pride. After a certain age, probably 35 or 40, the prefrontal cortex and amygdala are completely formed with certain value system, and you know about yourself so much that unlearning becomes a very difficult task. But knowing that you are not able to unlearn will actually put your ego down, but that's very difficult. For example, these days many junior teachers are able to perform better than an experienced teacher, just because they're able to connect with the children better with the latest technological advancements. That puts the senior teachers down. But interestingly, I've also found many senior teachers willing to open up and learn about it. So that particular teacher has got this ability of unlearning and relearning. The third is loneliness. It's important for all of us to realize it. End of the day, every teacher out there requires a certain recreational and entertainment activity among the peers and groups. The last time we were really happy was probably during the school days and college days, not just because the school college was good, because you had peers along with you. So when we talk about peers and colleagues over here, interaction with them, mandatorily doing some interaction with them takes away that loneliness. We'll talk about that in probably detailed manner a little later. Jealousy is another issue, again, that can be taken as a positive aspect and sometimes negative. Appreciating someone and continuously listening to the appreciation to that particular person, sometimes you'll be like, I'm also working equally. Why am I not getting that? Somewhere some mistake is happening. If I have to tell that, it'll be more like the stars did not get aligned today, probably, or probably this academic year it didn't get aligned. And you'll be surprised that the same teacher, if they go to another school, they get recognized a lot. So there are times when we need to be aware with the fact that not all the time we are the only people who are getting recognized, and also making sure that deliberate non-recognition is also a problem. Yeah, so it's like deliberately you're getting sidelined. Those are again practical problems that many teachers face, but eventually it leads to a factor called as jealousy. Next comes insecurity of two teachers sharing the same experience and waiting to get promoted. So who is the deserving candidate? Oh, that's a very big insecurity. Need for belonging or recognition, the same nearly to appreciation part. Many times some teachers are by the other teachers ignored deliberately. I remember my father actually sitting with those kind of teachers who are always ignored, and back in those days it was very very common. I'm not sure if you're able to relate to what factor I'm talking about. The differentiation could be because of subject, the differentiation could be because of a religion, the differentiation could be because of a caste, creed, nationality, sometimes even gender. So it's important for us to come up with activities for the leaders, to make sure that this is somewhere it has to be taken away. Need for belonging. See how powerful the word is, need for belonging. Next is empathy fatigue. Oh, this is amazing. Empathy fatigue is all about, uh, it's with respect to standing on other person's shoes. So basically, you remember the time where you are not able to complete the portion. Some teachers have already completed the portion, but still they will not give the period to you. They're not able to think from your shoes. They are not able to feel empathy. I hope you're able to understand. So sometimes it goes to another level where you feel so much sympathy that you give all your periods to the other teachers and you lack at the back. This is empathy fatigue. I hope you got the connection. Next is trust issues. Trust issues. Uncomfortable circumstances at home causes a lot of discomfort. So people generally say that professional and personal life are different. It seems it's not the case. Only when you're happy personally, you can keep the people around you happy professionally. Only when you're happy professionally, you can keep the family happy. So there's a very good point stating that personal professional life may be different, but both influence each other to a very large extent. So it's very difficult for you to say that this is your personal issue, don't bring that to school. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Whoever said that is wrong. If I don't bring my personal issue to the school, where else will I go to? Majority of my daytime I'm spending in my workplace. How can I not bring my personal issue to the school? It's just that you should be aware about those issues and handle it accordingly and not really show the frustration on the target audience, basically the students. Next is poor communication. You're not able to communicate your problem properly. So these are some of the discomforts that cause staff room politics. So somebody very nicely asked, what exactly is the solution? Let us talk about it. So this is just a simple slide to avoid the victim of professionalism. So maintain professional, sorry, victim of staff room politics. Maintain professionalism, build positive relationships, stay neutral in conflicts, communicate effectively, document interactions, develop emotional intelligence, focus and prioritize prime work, seek mentorship, practice active listening, develop conflict resolution skills. Now, whatever I've written is all very overarching. It's not very specific. That's why I'm not really focusing on the slide to a large extent. Of course, everybody will maintain professionalism. They know how to do that. However, building positive relationship is quite a challenge. Neutral in conflicts is very important, but it's very difficult. Because if your friend is getting affected, you can't be neutral all the time. You can't be diplomatic all the time. Communicate effectively. How can I really do that? Document interactions. Write an email for each and every point that's being discussed officially. Develop emotional intelligence. Don't overreact. Focus and prioritize prime work. Teaching is my job. I'm going to focus on that. Seek mentorship. It's important for every school to have their own mentors. Finally, practice active listening. Develop conflict resolution skills. Now comes an important activity where you can attain all these things. Very, very specific. Very, very specific. One of the activities that can really be done in the school. I hope the leaders are watching this. Um, this is basically pair a 52 with a 25 uh, or 53 with a 35. Basically, it means that a senior teacher with a junior teacher or a person who is aged 52 to be aged with 25. I hope you understood the meaning. Now, this particular target is basically for a class observation where a senior teacher is observing a junior teacher and giving them the feedback on how to improve, or a junior teacher observing a senior teacher, both happening. Now, these both when they happen, there's a lot of collaboration in two generations, and that brings a lot of inclusivity in the staff room. A very important activity. Pair a 52 with 25 probably for 1 week, 1 month. A principal could do that. Next is one-on-one session on a certain area of curriculum, pedagogy, or assessments. Work towards one capstone target over a week and announce the best pair of the week. So everything comes boils down to appreciation and recognition. You remember? So what is the point of doing this? Yeah, I'm going to be appreciated on my annual day function. So this will definitely work. Yeah, I hope you agree to this. Let's go forward. The next is book swap. Book swap is also very interesting. This could be a novel or another subject book. A science teacher sharing their guide to, it could be notes as well, ma'am. You know, ma'am, this is how I make my notes. Why don't you watch it? Why don't you see it? That could be done. Break the monotony of the discipline you belong to. So when there is people talking to other subject teachers, it's observed that there's a lot of broad-mindedness getting cultured over there. So it's important for us to share the notes rather than just sharing the thoughts. Sometimes thoughts might not land very well, but the notes will definitely. So book swap is a very good activity that I've seen in some schools. Third is moral boosters, non-academic recognitions. For example, a max teacher might be really good at singing. A social teacher might be really good at dancing. Let us recognize those talents and do something about it. Like she's good at singing, drama, dancing. Sir is not only a max teacher, but also a professional guitar player. You would have seen that. Recently, there was a viral video of a sir, basically from max subject, dancing like Michael Jackson. I'm not sure if you've seen that. I was like, wow, this fellow had the talent. And the moment it comes out, it's like always coming out with a lot of recognitions. And when those recognitions properly land over there, the teacher becomes very happy. Even if there is something happening wrong to her or something that she's not aware about, she'll prefer to, or he or she will prefer to ignore it. So that's with respect to non-academic recognitions. You have this recognition. Oh, that's fantastic, Balram sir. Let's go. Did you know boats? I really like this. Did you know boats? It's there in the staff room. Like, did you know Hira ma'am is an excellent dancer? You know, something like that. Check this news about her. Karke, you put some article about her or something like that. Did you know that the PT sir is also a professional singer? Did you know that our teacher was an actor in the X, so and so in the X career or something like that? Did you know boards, non-academic recognitions leads to moral boosters, which will reduce the staff from politics to a very large extent. With recognition we shall have extra responsibility. Yeah, definitely you will take it up very positively. Let's debate is another important activity that can be done. Teacher debate is an interesting way of knowing the viewpoint from multiple perspectives, enabling broad-mindedness among fellow staff members. Recently I'm not going to talk about the conclusion of it. There was a debate in one of the private schools among the teachers on how a teacher should dress up, and it was quite an eye opener. And the teachers who spoke about, this is the style of dressing, you should not be like that, and this and that. The opposite parties actually got a different perspective. They're like, oh yeah, absolutely right. I'm a teacher probably in the school till 7 to 8 hours of my life, but right after that I'm a different person. Nobody should care about me. I can dress up the way I want. Especially this is a taboo or is a stigma in India to talk about this for the lady teachers in India. Men, we do not really have any, most of the issues. It comes from the societal pressure of how she's dressing, things like that. So this was a very good debate, and the outcome was interesting. It's not about, people talking, I mean, stopping to talk bad about things, but some people were like, oh, this has got the other side of the coin also. Let's talk about it. So, of course, there will be a dress code, Mukta ma'am, but the debate was not about the dress code in the school, but the debate was the dress code about what the teacher is doing outside the school. And they all live in the same community. With social media, everybody has an access to everything else. Teacher being friends with the students on Facebook, Instagram. Oh, it was a fantastic topic. So debate about it. And when people debate, the leader will be able to not only understand the perspective, but also understand the teacher's attitude, how they behave, how they speak, and things like that. I think that makes an important sense. Like, ensure to recognize the best speaker, so that again the recognition and appreciation comes into picture. So these are the four areas. And then house level collaborations, each house to have teachers from all the subject. For example, we have got red house, blue house, green house, yellow house. So this used to be the category. So each house should have all the subject teachers. It should not be social studies teachers are taking care of the blue house. So make sure there are inter-subject collaborations happening through probably house level collaborations. It could be for a dance activity, annual day function, whatever it is. Each house to have teachers from all the geographical areas as well. Oh, this is so nice. Yeah. A Tamil teacher is there, a Maharashtrian is there, a Madhya Pradesh teacher is there, a teacher from probably Kolkata is there. Yeah, you have a collaboration like that, Deepa ma'am. Interesting. Great. Next is opinions, concerns, and appreciation box. Again, coming back to the same point of appreciation and recognition. A post box to be kept in the staff room. Post box sort of, for the teachers to share their concerns or opinions, and it could be for appreciation also, so that they behave themselves anonymous. And one of the schools, how can you say if it is anonymous? How can you say that it is anonymous? Because if a teacher is writing something and going and putting something over there, all the other teachers will know that she has gone there and put something, right? So they gave this time at the end of the day to all the teachers, and there is a sticky note sort of paper. So all the teachers have to take it out. All the teachers have to write something. So some people can write, I do not have any opinion. Other person can also, I do not have any. But the person who has an opinion will write it, and then everybody has to come to the post box and put it. So you can't identify who has written what. So this was a nice initiative. But yeah, Zabardasti asking everybody to write something is like kind of irritating at the end of the day. But I think we could do that. On a larger scale, this is helpful. This could encourage the introvert teachers to open up as well, both on positives and negative aspect. So this is a very good suggestion according to me. Okay, let them make it as mandatory. You're right. Appreciations and attention are the basics that every teacher, in fact, human being looks forward to. Yeah. Look at me, appreciate me. I am there in this world. I'm also a fellow human being. I hope you don't ignore me. Though people don't really talk about it openly, I'm like, मेरे किस्मत का मालिक हूँ, मेरे सोच का, whatever it is. There's some Hindi dialogue I'm forgetting. It's like, I am the man of my world, my thoughts. I don't care about the others. Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong, brother. You're wrong, sister. Basically, that's not the case. Everybody launches for the support. That's how communities thrive. Maybe if it is an ant, a monkey, or a human being, they all want a community. And a community is that where each person knows that the other person exists. That's a very big point. So appreciation, attention. So opinions, concerns, appreciation box is an important area. Learning organization model. Oh, this is, I think there's one more to this. I'm not. Learning organization model is basically a school which ensures that there is always a scope to learn. So where the leader comes up with initiatives of CPT programs, a leadership comes with the initiative of, okay, let's have 10-minute learning. Every day the teacher learns. Every day the teacher learns. And this particular organization where there is a scope of learning, a separate learning and development department called as L&D, that's called as learning organization model. I would request you to please Google about it. You'll get 70% of a teacher's knowledge is improved through their work experience, which is influenced by the school's environment. I'll repeat it. It's not the subject knowledge, it's the work experience. And work experience is the school environment. What more do you want? Yeah. So yeah, Deepa, thank you for that. Having an atmosphere that initiates learning regularly helps the teachers gain confidence. Very powerful point, right? Exactly. So, formation of communities. This is very important, teachers. Actually, it's called as Wenger's LME, Wenger's Communities of Practice. I would request you to go through it if you get time. So, Wenger's Communities of Practice actually mention that um, with respect to every teacher, there'll be some skill that they must be good with, probably dancing, art, or music, whatever we saw in the previous case. So these people can form a community and they can collaborate, and other people can participate in that community. It is just like robotics club in the school where only students go and participate in that club. Cricket club in the school, only the children who are. Why not having? Why not have a club for the teachers on a certain aspect? So this can be taken as an initiative by a teacher. Propose it to the vice principal or the principal. Let us form. Let us name something. There is a club called as music club for the teachers, and let only the teachers participate. What will happen eventually, there'll be multiple clubs or multiple communities formulated, and the principals will actually know, the leaders will know, hey, this particular community is good with probably visual arts, dancing and things like that. For the annual day function, let's give the responsibility to them. So even if a maths teacher is part of that club, she'll be able to contribute to it. So this is called as Wenger's community of practice. If you read a little more about him, you'll get a better idea. There's one more guy called as Tuckman's model. So Bruce Tuckman, and he talks about leader as a coach, leader as a facilitator, leader who delegates, and leader who adjourns. That's basically for a leadership workshop. We'll not touch upon that. But anyways, that is also part of community building. So that's why I'm mentioning that right now. Activities formed and organized by and for the people with similar interests. So finally, coming to the last slide where we talk about an incident happened. Some leaders call it a problem. Some call it an opportunity. Which leader would you choose? As simple as that. So that defines, the culture of a particular staff room to a large extent. So when we actually conclude on this particular presentation, it's important for us to realize one important fact that uh, the leaders whom we are talking about, they need not be principals or coordinators or headmasters with the tag leaders by position. No, we could all be leaders by action. Now, leaders by action in the sense all the teachers could be leaders. A teacher who took an initiative to tell the principal that, ma'am, something wrong is happening, is a leader by action. We all need to realize one important point and fact that every principal, when they undergo the training, especially by NEPA, National Institute for Education Planning and Administration, the major objective is not to run the school system. It's not to run just the academics. It is basically to create further leaders in the future. I'll repeat it. A leader's primary job is actually to create further future leaders in the system, and that does not happen by imposition. That happens only with inspiration. So a leader cannot just tell you do all these things, you become. No, a leader needs to perform in a manner where silently they communicate. See how nicely I'm behaving. Are you inspired by it? If not, then I'll aspire to be a little more inspirational. So a leader's job is very difficult, and the leader cannot be just the principal. It can be another teacher as well. A lot of time, principals have reported a fact that uh, you know I got inspired by that particular teacher. And many times, principals also come across teachers who are more experienced than them from teaching perspective, from schooling perspective. She would have become principal just now, but there are senior teachers, and those senior teachers can guide better. I think I can give this example really well. Sachin Tendulkar was the Indian captain, but he backed out after a few years. Why? Because he knew that that's not his area forte. He was not able to create further leaders, and he was like, "No, let me focus on my area and contribute to light leadership." And leader need not perform on the field all the time, but make people perform. So somewhere when we talk about all these things, we infer to the point that leader is basically uh leader is basically another teacher. Yeah, the form access is not there. Okay. I think they've already shared it. I will check it right away. Don't worry. So for that, I need to go over here. It was supposed to be shared in another 2 minutes, so that's the reason probably it is looking like that. Okay, you will get it right now. You will get it right now in few seconds. In three, two, and one. It's updated. Now you can click on the form and you'll be able to fill up the form. Suddenly, so much like access gallery, access. Anyways, that's it, teachers. Thank you so much for joining on another Super Sunday workshop. That brings me to the end of the session on staffroom culture. Staffroom culture as a topic has always been more like a nostalgic effect on me. Remembering the days with my parents to a very large extent. I would like to thank my destiny to have blessed me with all good people around me, may it be my parents, may it be my wife or my children or the teachers with whom I regularly interact with. Lot of positivity in my life. I hope that continues with further Super Sunday workshops. It's inspirational to talk to teachers as always. I think the Super Sunday workshop initiative will be forever. I would like to request all the teachers to talk about it to fellow teachers and just ask them to join. A passive listening to it while washing the utensils or taking care of your children can give you at least 5 minutes of confidence in the following week. Yeah. Thank you so much, teachers. I'm sharing the presentation on the chat right away. I would like to meet you again in the next Super Sunday workshop with another interesting topic. And next topic is micro teaching in the classroom. Remember, micro moments in the classroom is different from micro teaching a little bit. We'll talk about it in the next session, micro teaching in the classroom in the next Super Sunday workshop. I would also like to show you how to access the content of the past. How to access the content of the past. For that, let me so you will be getting to see this, the presentation coming on the screen, the presentation coming on the YouTube chat and the Zoom. Okay. You should be able to see that now. I would like to request the Super Teacher team members to please copy paste the presentation link. It will be accessible to everyone. I am resharing it. And now I'm sharing my screen once again. Reflection form can be filled only on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Teachers, I cannot give for the future because of the restrictions with the number of people working on Super Sunday workshop. I would request everybody to go to our website called as superteacher.in, and right after that, you can go to the events column right on the top. The moment you click on events, you have the Super Sunday workshop written over here. So you can see that the next Super Sunday workshop is on micro teaching skills on 5th of October. So interested people can register for it. And when you come down a little bit, you can see go to archives. Click on archives and you'll get to see Super Sunday workshop, CS gems and everything. Click on Super Sunday workshop and you'll get to see all the past workshops written over here. You just have to click on no more. So say for example, the psychology of praise, click on no more and you'll get to see the YouTube video of what we have done. So in that way, you will get to have an access of all the past sessions as well through our websites on the archive. Yeah, that makes sense. That's great. 132 Sundays teachers. Yeah, nearly 3 years, 2.5 years we have completed. I'm eagerly waiting for 150th Sunday to have a very good topic, but generally, let's see. We'll talk about it. Anyways, I would like to stop sharing the screen right now. Thank you so much, teachers. Great interacting with one and all. The time is almost up. I would like to meet you again in the next Super Sunday workshop. Until then, bye everyone and Jai Hind. Thank you, Rupa ma'am. Thank you, Ramya ma'am. Swagata ma'am. Thank you so much. Deepika ma'am. Thank you so much. Gigi ma'am. Thank you so much. Rashi ma'am. Thank you. Rashi ma'am, write an email to rajesh@superteacher.in. Thank you, Sudha ma'am. Thank you, Aruna ma'am. Means a lot. You don't have to type anything, ma'am. I didn't understand, Neha ma'am. Sujata ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you, Meenal ma'am. Means a lot. Thank you, Sunita ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shilata ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Devaki ma'am, thank you so much. Shaila ma'am, thank you. Thank you very much. Tamanna ma'am, good to see you. Oh, thanks for the blessings, Bindu ma'am. Thank you so much, Sulaja ma'am. Shri Kumari ma'am. Pushpalata ma'am. Dr. Parag, ma'am, thank you so much. Yeah, this is more for you. Thank you, Deepa, ma'am, one of the most interactive person. Thank you so much. Vaishnavi, ma'am, thank you so much. Meera, ma'am, thank you so much. Gina, ma'am, thank you so much. Happy Durga Puja to one and all. How did I miss that? Thank you so much. Priyanka, ma'am, thank you so much. Sindhu, ma'am, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, Bhuvaneshwari, ma'am. Kiran, sir. Kiran, ma'am, I'm sorry. Thank you, Gina, ma'am. Nice accent. Thank you very much. You, Devane, ma'am, you just need to go to superteacher.in, click on events column, and over there you'll get to see Super Sunday workshop. Click on that, and down it will be written as archives. Click on that, you'll get to see the old ones. Shobha, ma'am, please write an email to rajesh@superteacher.in. You'll get your certificate if it follows the rules. Thank you. Lily, ma'am, thank you so much for you to attend after a very long time. Siveshwari, wow, what a name. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ritu, ma'am, thank you. Happy Dashera to one and all. Sorry, Mr. Raj, I can't. We have to give the reflection form on the first 2 days, 3 days actually. Felt like in the staff room even on a Sunday. I'm so sorry, Sunita Patel, ma'am. Okay. The one place you don't want to be on a Sunday is the staff room, and today we made it feel like that. I'm so sorry. I know you're appreciating that, but still. Thank you so much. Oh, this is your first session, Anuradha, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. That's it, teachers. It's a weekend. Happy time with your family. Have a super Sunday. I'll meet you in the next Super Sunday workshop. Bye, everyone.